Good to fuck Schopenhauer up the ass. And then Schopenhauer came all over Nietzsche's face. And Nietzsche hated that.
What?
So he wrote, thus spoke Zarathustra.
Right.
And then the Germans. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
Big shout out to our 73 subscribers. Big shout out to our Triple Trouble, Scott Walker, ZZ, Void a Parrot, R.Allen. Thank you for dropping by last time. We miss y'all. Hope your hip hop album is going well. Zach Miller does movies. I hope your channel flourishes. Fatal J, yours too, man. And all our 73 subscribers, hope your ear has been gone to plan. But anyway, this is going to be our spoilers review of
Pluribus.
Yeah, I can't pronounce
Episode
it for
5.
some reason. Well, it's going to be my review of it.
Because I haven't seen it yet.
And Won-Jin's going to ask me, but I'm still going to do spoilers. So here we go.
All right.
So what's up, Won-Jin? What you want to know?
So, does Carol find more about these, the collective mind?
Yeah. You saw episode 4, right?
Yeah.
So remember how when you
She was writing that on the board.
Yep. So it's more of Vince Gilligan's detective work. You remember how Walter writes down stuff and try to find out a plan?
Yeah, and so does Mike and all these other characters.
Yeah, that's going on. And man, you know, Won-Jin, I wish you watched this because I really wanted to gloat in front of you and told you, you know, I hate to do this, but I wanted to say, like, I told you so. No, but that's a lie. I wanted to say I love it, and I told you so, and I really wanted to make fun of you, saying, like, do you like the joining now? I really wanted to do that. But
why? What's new? What happens?
They're like, in Korean terms, bijasa towards Helen, and they're not really nice to her anymore. They're really
You mean Carol?
Yeah.
Because Helen is the dead girlfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Carol, you're right. Seahorn. Yeah, they're really bijasa towards her, and they're really passive-aggressive towards her. Not passive-aggressive, but they all leave the town where she is, and then she's like, what the fuck? And then she tries to call them, and there's a voice record now, not a live.
Like an answering machine thing.
Yeah, so, Carol, we still want you to join us, but we need some space. And it's voiced by Howard from Breaking Bad, the Better Call Saul.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Howard Hamlin?
Yeah. So when that happened, I was like, man, they sure seem like South Koreans. You know, super
No, I don't think that's like South Koreans. Because South Koreans would have left like 3 episodes ago.
No.
Because South Koreans will not put up with that shit from Carol. Like, there's just like so many attempts you can try to be nice to someone. And if they just, you know, spit in your face, then yeah, that's it.
No, but
and I gotta say, Carol deserves it.
I wish you saw this episode because this is a fun debate. No, because you are, you know, I respect your opinion, but I love this back and forth. I wish you saw it because if you watch the episode, I still feel like it's their revenge towards her.
They've been nothing but benevolent. She threw those fits, killed 11 million of them.
No.
And even after that, they tried to be nice.
No, but
that lady got injured from that grenade because of her.
No, but
so yeah, that's what she deserves.
No, but sorry,
fuck Carol.
No, but Won-Jin, the only reason why you're saying that is because you know, when you watch this episode, you're gonna kakao me and say, Joe, I kind of half agree with you because you didn't know the story, so I'm gonna explain the story. So once they do that, Carol keeps doing the investigation. And then she finds out more about the joining. It turns out the joining consume only one kind of food. So she tries to trace the food. And then the episode ends with a cliffhanger where she goes to the food's source. The food is apparently this like powder that they put on water, and once they mix it, it's edible, but it has a pH level same as water and vegetables.
Okay.
No, let me finish. I'm sorry. So, but she finds out the source of this powder at the end of the episode, and when she opens the source, she's horrified. And then the episodes end. And you know what I think that source is? Fellow human beings.
Like dead corpses?
Yes. That's my guess. They didn't show it yet. This is my speculation. So that's why I say they're kind of like South Koreans. Because, no, as a joke, guys, okay? Like, I'm a Korean, so I love my people. Sometimes I hate them. Sometimes I love them. You know how, Won-Jin, you complain about the place you are at. Americans shit on American themselves. Just like that. But I felt like it was a great, like, what's up, Void? Great message. That's why I really wanted you to watch this episode. So that's how the story goes. And there are really funny moments. Like, for example, Carol keeps trying the answering machine and say, bring up my trash, because there are these, like, coyotes trying to dig up Helen's grave. But she kicks them out, and Helen says, take out my trash, right? So the joining is now very passive aggressive. So they send the drone to pick up the trash, but the drone gets caught in a pole, but they leave it there anyway. And then Carol decides to get rid of the trash herself.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for her at all.
Why?
Because they've been nothing but benevolent. And she was taking their help for granted. I mean, you complain and you protest against them, yet you still love to have all their services for you. Don't you think that's very
no, but
that's very hypocritical.
I totally disagree.
Then she shouldn't have called them to pick up the trash and shit. Just take care of it on your own. If you think you're so strong.
Kira finally realized it might not be smart antagonize a hive mind. Yes, Void. So, no, Void is really... They bring up an interesting point because... And Won-Jin, you're not wrong, too. There are no right and wrong answers here. But I'm going to defend Carol. Because in her mind, okay, this is her perspective. Because remember, we see her perspective in the show. She doesn't believe the hive mind in the first place. So anything the hive mind done has, you know how Won-Jin, you and I talk about like face value trust? She doesn't have that at all about the hive mind. Because remember, the hive mind took over other human beings without their permission. To her, that's already a violation. So after that happens, anything that the hive mind does, she cannot trust by definition. Because in her mind, these people are not free. So that's her position. So the hive mind being kind to them, to her, first of all, we haven't seen the ending of the season yet, so we don't know what's right and wrong here. And I think the show does a great job of kind of making that up for interpretation. Because you know how it's really hard to decide right and wrong here. Because we see the comedy of both positions. Because sometimes the hive mind messes up too. You know, and sometimes, obviously, the leftover humans messes up too. But, so Carol already decided that she must, like, fight this, like, hive mind thing. So in episode 4, I have a question, Won-Jin. Then what do you think about her behavior during episode 4? Do you think she was justified in drugging her, like...
The one who got injured from the grenade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she could try it. Because she was trying to extract information.
No, but what did you think about...
But if she didn't get to survive because the dosage was wrong, then I think that elevates the issue to a serious problem because that's murder.
No, but she already murdered 11 million people then by that definition. So, remember...
But back then, she didn't know about it.
That's a difference. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a very good point. But to counter that, you already killed 11 people. Why not kill more to save the rest? Because 11 people is nothing compared to 70 billion people of this population.
That's a fucked up math. because every one of them is an individual.
No, but no.
I would love to invite Batman into this conversation right now.
That's a good point. No, I don't disagree with you. That's a good point. But by my math, back to John Stuart Mill's utilitarian, which happens in war all the time, by the way. This is a life and death situation. In perhaps Carol's mind, then if there's 70 billion people, up to 5 billion, technically up to 7 billion is up for death anyway to save the
Then
rest.
the question is this: would she have done the same thing had she been Helen?
Hold up. What's up, ZZ? Yeah. That's also a good question. I think because that's why the show is so good, because it invites this. There is no right and wrong here.
There is no expendable human life.
No, but see, that's why I wish you watched this episode, is because if they are consuming the dead remains of humans that I think they are, that's also, is that moral? You know? They're recycling dead bodies to consume.
Now, maybe that's also like a commentary on us.
Yes,
consuming meat.
Exactly.
Because, you know, the reason why we have the mad cow disease is that's what we did to cows, right? And I think earlier in the season, these the joining, this hive mind, emphasized that they don't kill other life forms to eat. Like, they don't kill animals as food. And the only meat that they eat is the ones that are already dead. So maybe, in fact, it's not just about human morals, but maybe it's like out of respect for all life forms.
No, because like the logical conclusion to human rights is animal rights, because you're saying all life is precious in a way. So, this is so fun. Void. All she had to do was stay calm and not have random outbursts. It's simply pragmatic not to push them. There's so much she doesn't know about them or what they're capable of. No, but Void, let me counter that. And Won-Jin, I want you to counter my argument. But then, doesn't Carol's individually also deserve respect? Because the definition of human right means the individual is sacred and they have the right? So by that definition, killing one person is like killing 1,000. So you cannot kill Carol either. You cannot disregard Carol's opinion either. That's how democracy works.
And so far, they haven't.
See, that's why I want to watch episode 5.
See?
Because so far they haven't. But episode 5 is pushing that technicality a little. You know how laws can use to be like technical? You know, technically. Oh, wait. Good comment. Zezzy, there was a movie, I forgot what it was called, and they turned humans into a green thing and ate them. An old movie.
Because I believe the hive mind is just as savage as humans. She would already be dead.
No, hold on. No, I want to counter that. Void, she would not survive being hunted by an angry hive. That's true. I think they are simply vegan. No, but in episode 4, it's revealed that it can be reversed. Doesn't that mean, by definition, if it means it can be reversed, the people who are part of the hive mind never got the chance to consent to be in the hive mind, so don't they deserve a choice?
They do. They do deserve a choice. But I think they put it best themselves. What was that analogy the lady used to tell Carol? It's like, if you see someone like hurting themselves, would you intervene or not?
No, but that's not.
So in the perspective of the hive mind,
that's good.
Humans are so self-destructive that they have no choice but to help them, and this is their form of helping.
No, but they make an interesting argument, but like I said, that's still the hive mind talking, not the person in front of Carol telling him that. I never got it. I never heard the voice of that person who's talking. Remember that individual Carol saved from the airplane? Remember, that's Carol's integrity, saving that person, because she might claim that she's part of the hive mind, but Carol saw her as an individual. That's why she saved her from that disgusting person. So this is fascinating. This is very good. It's not revealed, it's hinted. She never said there's a way. She just didn't say there isn't. You're right, Zezzy. It's like, so, Won-Jin, here's my answer to episode 5. Carol does find out more about the hive mind,
Mm-hmm.
but we still don't get answers yet. Just in standard Vince Gilligan fashion, where we have to wait till episode 9 to get the full picture.
And we'll be like, oh.
Yeah. No. So Won-Jin, I do have a question though. What do you think about the Spanish guy in episode 4, eating dog food?
Yeah, I thought he was too stubborn. I just thought he was being too stubborn.
Yeah, throwing away the food that the hive mind is delivering. My God, this is so. No, but another funny thing. I was really hoping your theory of him looking like the pirate was correct, though.
No.
That was an awesome theory.
But yeah, he was also very, very stubborn, and I thought he was just being, again, disrespectful. Not just to the hive mind, but to the food. And the time it took to prepare that food and deliver it there.
No, but that food was a communal effort by 70 billion people. Of course, it's easy to do that.
7 billion.
No, but you're right. I'm sorry. But nothing is free in this world, really.
Exactly.
Don't you think? Yeah.
And isn't that why you should appreciate free food even more? According to that logic?
No! This sucker had to watch this episode. God damn it!
I understand that scene with the Spanish guy kind of symbolizes that, you know, he puts like individual freedom atop of like human dignity and blah 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 blah. But still,
yo guys,
that was good food.
Can I tell you a funny story? You know why this frustrates me no end? Because Won-Jin I met 20 years ago would have been in my camp, but now he's such a conformist. No, but I think the show does so well because there's no right and wrong answer, because the show is intentionally pitting the greater good against the individual, the group good again. Because remember, Carol expresses her individuality through anger, through frustration, and the show is like implicitly asking us that makes us human too. But Won-Jin, you're saying, in a way, sometimes those can be costly too, like Void said, because if that causes, let's say this is the real world, and Won-Jin, you and I were having dinner, and we know that if one of us gets angry, 11 million people die, then we wouldn't do that. But here's my question though, Won-Jin. Don't you think that's not fair? Like that I have to bear that responsibility of 11 million people getting killed when I'm angry? Because sometimes you can get angry. You know, we're humans. But the important thing is, whether a few hours later or the next day, we can apologize and say sorry and get over it. Why does that have to have that kind of consequence? No, so back to Carol's defense, I think the hive mind is forcing her to accept their rules. Whereas, remember how you and I, when we were around friends, we saw friends get angry. Sometimes they didn't apologize, but we still forgave them. Sometimes they didn't.
That's why I thought in the first early season, I was thinking that like the mechanism you just talked about was a way of symbolizing like the suppression of free speech, because you're no longer allowed to. I mean, you're forced to mask your emotions because of consequences that have nothing to do with you. But it's an interesting show, and I still believe that depending on the situation and the perspective, all these actions that we see as like reasonable or unreasonable could change instantly. For example, the Spanish guy, you know how he refused that food and chooses to eat dog food instead? What if he knows that he's going to die tomorrow anyways? Would he still refuse that food?
Or the food is tainted.
Yeah.
No, because we don't know whether the food carries the hive mind virus, and the hive mind is trying everything they can to fuck with him. That's good. Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, it's not revealed. It's hinted. That's right. That definition is stupid. That is an illogical definition of human value and equal. Void, can you elaborate? So isn't human rights definition saying like basically one human's value is same as 1,000 and 1,000,000. Isn't that from the Torah or something? Where if you save one, I forget the quote. Says he took it for granted. I agree with Jin. Okay. Void. A person can't be worth 1,000 people who are also all individually worth 1,000 people. Can you see how it doesn't make any sense? No, Void. It actually makes all sense because basically it's saying don't take lives at any cost. By that logic, don't you think so, Void? Because Void, by your logic, then that already means that you can put different values to human lives. For instance, Won-Jin, let me ask you: do you think your life is worth more than mine?
Yes. You walked into that one like you walked right into it. No, but I'm just kidding. Of course not.
No, you know why I knew I walked into it?
because of the look.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, he just walked right into it.
That was some funny shit. Because the moment I asked him, he gave me this face like. You guys didn't see it on camera, but his eyes were shaking. It's like, what the fuck?
My eyes were telling him, like, you really want me to answer that question?
No, but then ask me too. Ask me.
Do you think your life is worth less than mine?
No. It's, you cannot calculate it. Which there go means it's. I hate to use this term, but same value. There we go. I think that Void is referring to the trolley meme. Okay. Void, yeah, it's unfair, but you also vent your frustration without affecting them. The old scream in your pillow works. Thank you, Void. See, that's right. Do you guys know the trolley dilemma? Desi, share it with us. No, but that's why this show is so brilliant, man. I've been having so much fun watching this show. It just... I feel like Vince Gilligan took at least a year, up to 3 years to write the script. Because I gotta praise the filming too. I think he's so familiar with New Mexico's geography that he can
like of all the places, Albuquerque.
Like he can like get the shot he wants. Like it's so brilliant that way.
Look it up, Jin. Okay. Trolley Dilemma.
You used to be.
The Trolley Dilemma is a thought experiment.
No, I know this one.
That presents a choice between inaction and intervention, where both options result in death. No,
because Won-Jin, don't you think when I said one life is worth the same as 1,000, I'm showing you my South Korean mentality? Because you know how Koreans, we either all die together or we live together. Remember how... You know, like, our enemies could criticize us as emotional, I feel, and there were times that I felt it was irrational, but I feel like South Koreans in general, I mean, this might sound funny because we had some big disasters, but our mentality is always like everybody needs to be saved. Like, that's the attitude of firefighters. That's the attitude of policemen. I know sometimes they can go off the hook, but like... let me use the Korean term. 우리 다 살려야 되잖아. And
everybody needs to be saved.
Like every Korean understands this term where... But it has a cost. Where people like Carol are not respected. You know, and that makes me... You know, this makes me think about a lot of things, though. Like, let's change the topic a little. So if you think like in the 2025, this is just a hypothetical like funny story. 2025, every country is becoming more nationalistic, yes? And you know how you and I, we saw the Clinton years and globalization was everything, this one international community, that narrative is kind of falling apart. I have a question then. If at this juncture that kind of virus comes to us, do you think that's like a good thing?
I guess maybe.
Maybe.
Because we'll be saving ourselves from destroying ourselves.
Because we do see a lot of division, right? Because I think the show releasing in 2025 is intentional. Because we are seeing ultra nationalism movement everywhere, and in that aspect, maybe the show is asking like, let me take your side, okay? maybe the show is asking us, like, what is individualism worth when it causes so much destruction and pain? You know, like if you give freedom to a jackal, but jackal's gonna do what the jackal's gonna do. You know, so I that's why I love this show, because it's so timely. I feel like Vince Gilligan really thought about this theme, and this is something me and Won-Jin talk about privately too, because we see division in Korea a lot, and that makes me really sad, because you know, Won-Jin, when you and I we were becoming adults, it felt like everything was going to be great.
That's the kind of optimism we grew up with, that things are going to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that somehow vanished.
Yeah.
We don't have that optimism anymore.
We're
just waiting, like, when the world's going to end. With climate change and nuclear wars.
Oh, fuck. So there's no supreme ethical choice. Either way, there's a collateral damage. Where I come from, one less person, one less competition to fight against. What? God! That sounds like Korea.
Some cutthroat element right there.
Yeah. No, but here's another question, Won-Jin. You don't need to watch episode 5 to answer this question. Like, what can an individual do against the tide? You know what I mean? That's also, I think, another question that the show asks us. Because if it's 13 people against 7 billion, how is that possible?
And that 7 billion is like a hive. That's like a collective.
Yeah.
Collective wisdom and knowledge.
So I have a question. If 7 billion people decides that the sun is actually like circling the earth, isn't that the truth? You know, because isn't that what Galileo stood trial for? That's why Galileo is a great man. If that man was born in a democracy, I bet my bottom dollar that he would have been even a greater man. But he was born in an age of irrationality. Void, I'm not talking about the trolley problem. If a person values is infinite, then there's no difference between killing one person or an arbitrary many number of people. Yeah, but Void, don't you think that's at least what's the stated goal of ethics and moral is? If you kill one people, it's just like killing 1,000. Isn't what the Torah says? No, and I'm not saying you're right or wrong here. I don't know the answer to that.
Anyways, let's talk about the favorite scene in this episode. What was it for you?
My favorite scene was just this whole episode was my favorite scene.
Really?
It was so like you know how Vince Gilligan does such a great job of like no music, just the scene,
like this very dry scene,
but the comedy of the moment, kind of like Park Chan-wook. Park Chan-wook does a great job of just showing the scene, and the human comedy just happens. So there's the scene where Carol tells the hive mind to get rid of the trash, and the drone flies over. And then the Carol, I don't know if she did it intentionally, but I think she put more trash in the bag than they requested. So, but the drone fucks up picking up the trash because it's heavy. So the drone's like, ooh, ooh, and then it gets caught on the pole. And then Carol watches and is like, ha! And then she walks in. So that's a great scene. Yeah.
Right.
No, and Carol's
this.
detective work is also really great.
What else she finds?
Oh, something I forgot to tell you. She shares it with the other 13 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she makes a camera video work of like her discovery, and she tells the hive mind to send it to the other people, and they do. Or at least we think the hive mind do send it, though. But we don't have... See, the problem with the show is once you see episode 4, you cannot trust the hive mind anymore. Once you watch half of episode 5, you feel like they're passive-aggressive a little. Where, you know how they have a rule they can't lie. They have to tell the truth. But there's a lot of ways to skirt the rule. So this episode is very consequential in that you also get the sense that the hive mind might kind of like Cleon Dynasty, where Demerzel and Cleon, they have rules, but they try to
like circumvent it.
Yeah. So that's the show. The episode 5 doesn't say it out loud, but I did get the sense that the Hive might try to circumvent their own rules. Void of Paradise. Property of infinite. 1 plus 1 plus the number being sum can increase to infinity. Yes, but Void. Everything that is humanities is like that. Because if we do that, the very definition of human rights fall. Because one human life is not sacred then, according to math. Oh, oh my God! I think I figured it out. Carol is dead and she's in purgatory. Oh no, but Zezzy, that's interesting. Every time someone dies, it's because they pass over in heaven. Oh, Zezzy, that's interesting because there is meta here, right? It could be a hell. She might be already dead. That's true.
But that would suck because that means like you're one of the 13 people that got sent to hell, while like 7 billion didn't go there.
Yo, that's so messed up. You suck so much that
you're like 13 out of 7 billion.
No, you're one of the few people in a national test that got a 0. Like that's an achievement because you at least get like a 10 or a 20. Yeah. Every time somebody dies, it's because they pass over in heaven. Every time she gets angry and people get through a seizure, it's her own punishment. That's interesting.
And I think there's also there could be an interpretation that these the hive mind behaving the way they are, like you said in episode 5, it's maybe just a reaction to Carol's behavior. Because remember, in the beginning, they were nothing but benevolent. They were, I would say, somewhat naive and innocent, but it's her antagonism and it's her anger and all those negative emotions that drive them to this behavior.
No, but if heaven is corruptible, then that's not heaven. To go back to your logic, and the very fact that their hive mind virus didn't work on 13 people means that it's imperfect by definition, don't you think? It's a counter argument to your argument was really good. It was interesting. But if that influenced each other, then what's the point of a hive mind if 13 people can influence you so much to return to the original human state? You know, so that's actually a fascinating argument. And I think if you have watched this episode, you would have brought more insights like that, Won-Jin, because this episode, I think the next one will be like a bomb too. So that's an actually interesting argument.
Like, if you look from my perspective, with every episode, she's forced to change and improve herself.
No, another thing is here she starts to drink less, or she quits drinking to focus herself on discovering what the hive mind is. And with each episode, she's more careful. Yeah, Lizzie, you're right. And whole purpose to make her turn good. Yeah, that's also good. So anyway, any more questions?
Nah, I'll just watch the episode. So.
Yeah, you're gonna love it, man. And the only thing that makes me sad is I didn't get the chance to make fun of you for being a sucker for joining, because the joining doesn't seem all that joining after this one. So I'm gonna give this episode 8.5.
Okay.
It was really good. Again, you know what? Scratch that 9. This episode really continue. This episode could almost be like a single episode with 4, where we discover more about the hive mind. And you remember how you so confidently said, "Join the joining, Joe. You're gonna love it." After watching this one, you're not going to think that. You're going to start thinking there's a flaw in there. Jin, let's join the joining. Oh, my God. So anyway, JoeJinMovieSoAwesome, by definition, because Won-Jin does not have a voice, he can use his executive privilege, of course.
There is no such thing.
I'm going to use it. He's just lying. I'm going to use it. So we're going to give it a 9. Void gives a 7.9. Okay. No, but Void, your comments were wonderful. There's no right and wrong answer because I can't. Hey, Won-Jin, I can't wait to do a whole season review of this. That'll be fucking fascinating. But anyway, guys, we're gonna take a short break to come back. to do Let's Talk. I hope Scott Walker's been waiting a long time. We can talk about Titanic, Free Willy 3, and all that. Jin Joe said the same last week. Don't trust him. Joining is life. Oh my God, this is such a joining camp. No wonder you chose tomato sauce. But anyway, this has been JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Bye-bye. Join the collective mind.
Oh my God. Isn't that like the enemy troops of Starship Troopers?
Enemy troops? Who's the enemy?
The bugs.
There's no hint that the bugs are malevolent. Humans could be the enemy there.
So how about this? How about we free all the cows and pigs that we're eating, all the dogs we have domesticated, because, you know, they deserve freedom too, right?
I am one join. One joining.